a half moon, you watch the following full moon for effect. It's the female cycle. Half moon is ovulation, full moon is menstruation. The Victorian era, the greed that began with the Trail of Tears of the Cherokee people in 1838, the Victorian era goes out. Victory over European thinking comes in. It spells D-O-V-E, divine order verified eternally. En español, escucho los días a media luna, escucho los os, que son Dios. And so the baby remembers from past life and says 2 times, so the symbol by sequoia for wa, the last world was purified by wawa, water. And that in Cherokee is the letter G in English. Sequoia used 22 correct English letters as symbols in the Cherokee syllabary. And so it's a G, is pronounced wa. You always say it 2 times. Tale is 2, qua is enough. 2 in Cherokee is tale, qua is enough. What's the capital in Oklahoma? Tale qua. It means 2 is enough. Is wa, and the signs were reversed. Half moon or full moon, half moon. See? Full moon, half moon, and now it's coming back this way. Half moon, full moon. Watch the moon, watch the rabbit in the moon. The rabbit is the shadow area in the moon. Okay, don't believe it, but watch. So when you see the moon, the rabbit is running around the turtle. This is Turtle Island, and you'll see the rabbit in the moon. Everybody can see the moon, no matter what language. It's called, in German, it's called Mune. In French, it's La Lune. In Spanish, in Italian, Luna. In Chinese, it's Chingish. Under the line of the signy Chingish. Okay, and in Polish, it's Yid, I think it, or it's Chinese, it's Yid. Anyway, it changes names as it goes around, but there's only one moon. So, now the Great Turtle Island shake. And so now we're liable to see some things, so we all get along together. 3114 BC. This is how long it takes our Earth to make one complete circle around the galaxy, and the circle will be completed December 21st, 2012. That's the end of the calendar. Now you throw it away. The new calendar will be created by ellos que miran y escuchan, the ones who look and are watching in Peru. They're going to create the new calendar in 2013. The old Hopi elders said to me, after our Mother Earth purifies herself, life will be much easier, and the children will be happy, and we can go out and scoop up the earth a little bit, and there will be fresh water there to drink. I talked to the boys in the prison. I said, you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going, you're walking around, you're stealing things out of houses, you're taking drugs, and you have no idea what to do? You take a gallon of water, a stick, a good stick, 6-foot stick, big around as your forearm, and a blanket, and you go out in the hills. You tell somebody where you're going. You go out in the desert or the mountains, find a spot with a shade tree. Springtime is best. You draw a 20-foot circle on the ground. You stash your gallon of water 100 feet away in the bushes. You do not touch that water. You stay inside that circle for 4 days and 4 nights. You face east in the morning. You say, Great Spirit, give me my vision. Why am I here? Give me my purpose. About the 3rd day, oh man, your tongue's swelling up. Oh, I'm so hungry, so thirsty. Oh man, you're thinking about that gallon of water. You don't touch that water. You got your blanket to keep warm. You got your stick to keep away rattlesnakes and mountain lions. You asked for your vision. If you did it correctly, by the morning of the 4th day, your spirit starts to fly. And you lose the feeling for food. And it's like sitting in a front room that has no curtains on the big glass window, and you can see the lights across the street, and it's dark in the room, and you can see your reflection in the window. And that's the way your vision comes. Eh? I've done it 4 times. Because I wonder, what is going on? I'm getting all these visions of things that are coming. And it comes like, there's a stick up, get your hands up. Mother Earth, don't play around. That volcano that's going to go off over there by Anchorage, Alaska, I feel that it is a shot across the bow. Because we're coming into full moon. Now, in naval talk, you get a shot across the bow, that's a warning. You either drop anchor or turn around and go back. Because the next shot, your boat's going to get hit, right? So, no doubt about it. What's the name of the volcano? Redoubt. What's the name of the town next to it? Anchorage. Pay attention. That's how our Mother Earth is talking to us. So, as it happens, everybody says, well, where should I go? I feel I should move. Yeah, sure. So does the guy in the wheelchair. Or the little kid on crutches. Everybody going to run off. No, you grab the handles of the wheelchair. And the Great Spirit will put you in the right place at the right time. The people, they followed on page 13, 14, the book of the Hopi, Frank wrote that when the time came, the people followed a cloud by day and a star by night to go to a safe place. Littlefoot, Petrie, Spike, Flyer, Sarah, Littlefoot, and Big Mouth all followed Starleaf and Cloud. A cloud by day, star by night. And the cloud looked like Mom. There was a 4-pointed star and a leaf. The earth was in upheaval, and the little kids all made it to a safe place. It's in the book of the Hopi, page 13, 14. It's in the movie Journey to the Land Before Time. Littlefoot, Petrie, Spike, Flyer, and Sarah all made it to a safe place. And it's also in King James Bible, the book Numbers, chapter 14, verse 14. So remember, Arizona and Oregon's birthday both fall on the 14th, the day of the heart. So we got to have heart. So it's like John Denver's song, we're all in this together. There is a man who is my brother. I don't even know his name. If he goes to bed hungry, something inside of me goes to bed hungry too. These changes in the weather, we're all in this together. It's all of us or none. So, we've got to help each other. That's why it's coming. That's why we're going to form the tribe of man. Or, to understand on this 4th cycle of the world that we live on, the Bear clan is chief. The Pilgrims called a bear a bar. There's a bad bar in the woods. And so, you've probably seen this. Oh, there goes a nice juicy rabbit. Oh. That's a doggy. You've probably seen this on Indian jewelry, on silver, right? They're putting silver in everything. You can get Band-Aids now. Why does the Band-Aids have silver in it? Huh? They're putting silver in it. They found out. They just now found out, since the 14th century, the silver. So what did they do? They gave us the Lone Ranger and Tonto. The Lone Ranger would yell, "Hi-yo, silver." And he was que más sabe. And que más sabe in Spanish means he knows it all. Que más sabe. And his Indian companion, his friend, was named Tonto. This way, Tonto, ugh, que más sabe. And Tonto in Spanish means stupid. And that's the game they played on us. Grandpa said, "Will, how many deputy sheriffs does it take to throw a Cherokee down the stairs?" I'd say, "How many, Grandpa?" And he'd laugh and he'd say, "Why none? He accidentally tripped and fell." You got a 30-year-old Cherokee, a 45-year-old Cherokee, and a 19-year-old Cherokee. They're all riding in the car. Who's driving the car? The sheriff. So if you don't look, Indian, don't say nothing. And you got to know this, the Bear Clan is chief of this fourth world. Now, this is Indian design, right? Now, the Pilgrims called a bear a bar. So the Native American bear, he'd go up to a tree and he would scratch the tree with his claws, okay? And so everything we buy today for the money had got those scratches on it. And one day he's going to scratch the people. So you got to form a tribe because he only goes after the weakest one. I lived out in the desert up by Apache Junction. Cherokee lady come up to visit. She says, Willie, I was over in the grocery store and a lady was paying for her groceries with food stamps, and the clerk picked up that black gun and went across the lady's forehead. And she says, I paid for my groceries quickly. I caught the lady in the parking lot and I said, ma'am, what did that clerk do to you? And she says, well, they told me down at the welfare office I was always losing my ID card. So they put this little thing under my skin so I won't be losing my ID card no more. The bear goes after the weakest one. You got a tribe, you got 1,000 warriors, who? He don't mess with you. Why? Because some people plant their own food, some people pick, some people care for the elders, some care for the children, some tell stories, the children put on plays on Saturday and Sunday night, and you got a tribe. And it runs like a well-oiled machine, and you have 7 blessed women, each over 51. You're not grown up till you're 51. You're allowed all your mistakes until then, and if you're tolerant and non-judgmental and you have love for all the people, you are a blessed woman or a pretty woman in Cherokee. The 7 blessed women select the council of elders. They select the medicine man, the medicine woman. They select the man chief and the woman chief. You have 2 lodges, a lodge for men and a lodge for women. You have one in charge of the talking stick. You only speak while holding the stick. The one in charge of the stick is chief. When they came over from Europe, they didn't find it in the Magna Carta of England or Napoleonic France. The 7 blessed women became the judicial. The council of elders became the legislative. The lodge of men and the lodge of women became the House of Congress, the House of Senate. The one in charge of the talking stick became the Speaker of the House. Today it's a woman. The medicine man and they left out the woman for a long time, became the AMA. The man chief and they left out the woman again, became the chief executive. OCO is hello in Cherokee, and so when your great-grandparents met the boat, they said OCO. I was with Kevin Costner in the movie Tin Cup, and he told me that his great-grandmother was on the Trail of Tears. And I said to him, you did a good job with that movie 500 Nations and Return to Spirit. You get 500 Nations. And it's from elders talking about what really happened, not the stuff you learn in school. It was about the massacre of the Indian people. All the way from the Aztec, the Inca, the Maya, the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Cree, the Apaches. And so OCO is hello in Cherokee. The language came from the Great Spirit. So make an O, and then put in a C, and a little O. And the Englishmen took it for their copyright logo. So when they first met the boat, we have the copyright on everything said and done on this land. So the baby remember all things from past life and say 2 times. And so we remember, the Bear Clan is chief. Now, the Cherokee homes were taken away in 1838. 17,000 Cherokee were put into concentration camps. They were marched 1,000 miles in the winter of 1838-39 to Oklahoma. 4,000 died on the trail. My great-grandmother was on the trail. Her name was Aksa. And the Cherokee homes were taken away. What are they doing today? They're taking away American homes. It's another trail of tears. History's repeating, but you gals are going to do something about it. Because when a female bird loses the nest, watch out. Will Rogers was Cherokee. His roll number was 11384 in the Cherokee Nation. He's a quarter blood. So was Cher, so was Johnny Cash. And Will Rogers says, you know, folks, the Pilgrims prayed a lot, probably for some more of that Indian corn. They always had a rifle next to them while they was praying. That's to make sure they get what they was praying for. They say, you know, folks, whenever a woman makes up her mind to do something, it's like spitting on a railroad track to stop a freight train. He said, every time Congress tells a joke, why they make it a law. And every time they make a law, why it's a joke. So the Bear Clan is chief of this world. Now, it's winter. This is the month of February, February 4th, 2009. And so what did Congress and Senate do? They threw all the money to feed the bear, the stock market. What did they call the stock market? The bear market. The bear takes away the homes. He's greedy, takes everything he can, right? What was the first bank to go down that took away American homes? Bear Stearns. The bear's skull is sloped like this. You shoot him between the eyes, the bullet whee, ricochets. It's when he opens his mouth, that's when you get him, because the brain of the bear is right behind his mouth. So it's all talk, you see. Know the ways, and then you make it all right. Anyway, long ago was the old land of Mu. And Hawaii used to be called Mu before it was called Hawaii. To remember the turtle shell rattle, these are plates. Plates are moving and shifting. You have a big cookie. Put your knuckles on the table. Slowly break the cookie in half and notice the earthquake fault lines start to appear. The scientists took microphones and put them way down in the San Andreas Fault, and it sounded like this. And the scientists took off the headphones and they ran away, because this is what our Earth sounded like way down. They had long cords with microphones and they were listening. And it sounded like sounded like a woman crying. They took away the headphones, they threw them down. Slowly break the cookie in half. This, in the right hand, if you're right-handed, this is the North American plate. The one in your left hand is the Pacific plate. Slowly break it in half. Now slowly slide the left side against the right side. You see the crumbs falling on the table? The San Francisco earthquake of 2006, the earth moved 25 feet. You can go there to the state park at San Andreas, north of Bolinas, California, and you can see that fence from 1906, and the fence on the left side, it's right on the fault, had moved. The other half of the fence is 25 feet away. So you'll see the crumbs fall on the table. Now this half goes beneath the waves. That was the old land of Mu. Mu Isu and ChaCha. The Mumu, and Mumu is a dress that hides the secrets of the Earth Mother. And she did a shake, you know, like this, like a ChaCha. So Mumu, Isu, and ChaCha. Okay. Now, after 7, the baby says it one time, para recordar, to remember. Muchacha. What's muchacha?
Girl.
It's girl in Spanish, huh? The boy is muchacho, eh? So you have A, O, aho, alpha, omega, eh? Now, this half The Ulalamu goes beneath the waves. The crumbs on the table are the big rocks and boulders along the shore of California, Oregon, and Washington. And the high cliffs, not like the East Coast, but the high cliffs are the cliffs of Oregon, Washington, California. That's how the cookie crumbles. Chihuahua. So I talked to a curandero. He was from Colombia, and his name was Eduardo Calderon. And he could speak a little bit of English. They brought him up from Colombia. A curandero is a shaman medicine man. And I said, "Tú sabes que viene, and you know these things that are coming." And he said, "Sí," very calmly. "Oh, sí, no te afliges, don't worry. We will all be safe and happy up in the mountains." So our Mother Earth is going to blow her nose. She's going to powder her face. Volcanic ash. Hawaii is all volcanic ash. Mount St. Helens exploded. Oh, how terrible. Then 2 years later, they all went